Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the FauxShow. Today is Thursday, March 28th. My name is Angela.
My name is Chris.
And as most of you know, the FauxShow is not a real show. It is a social experience because I don't look at you. I look at the chat motion I have here on my iPad.
Oh, the chat room. Well, I've got that full screen on my screen.
It's over there on a monitor where we can see ourselves, again, on this monitor, but it is in the best lower third on the internet.
Boom. Custom-built lower third designed just for this show to contain the JBLive.tv live chat experience.
Mm-hmm. Live chat experience. I like that a lot.
Thank you. I just came up with that.
Okay.
So today...
There they are being awesome.
Today, we're really thankful to have our live JBTV chat room. Of course, we're always happy to have our downloads, too. But we need their help today because we're going to tackle a big topic. Mm-hmm. And neither one of us really have any personal experience with it. No. So, well, I mean, I don't think, but we hope this episode will kind of result in sort of like a dialogue, a conversation about the topics.
Yeah.
Maybe explore a few things that are otherwise a little uncomfortable sometimes to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just talk about different angles. So anyway, as you can see from the title there, it's about marriage equality. The last couple days, the Supreme Court has been hearing cases, and I'm sure that a lot of you have seen.
Oh yeah, the changing of the avatars.
Yeah, the profile picture change.
Right.
And so Mashable reported on this. What?
I just read the first thumbnail over here.
Yeah. And what's great, and I'm not going to lie, I changed my profile picture, and I'm pretty sure I lost a Facebook friend. I mean, I know I lost a Facebook friend, and I think that might have been why, which is really unfortunate. You know.
Well, what did you think would happen? You knew by doing that you'd piss somebody off.
No. Well,
what? You had to figure.
No. Well, everybody's entitled to their beliefs. I don't unfriend people that put really...
Well, no, because that'd be ridiculous.
I know. I mean, I don't want to call people ridiculous, though. But anyway, so this isn't going to be like all pro marriage equality, but it's not going to be anti. It just is. I want to cover what the internet did with this
topic,
day of recognition.
The internet's response to this kind of big...
because the internet is hilarious.
Yeah, the internet goes to funny pretty quick. And she included an Imager album of some of the avatars. The first one up, Inequality. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, which, as you guys all know, I love Sweet Brown. Did an episode on her not that long ago.
That one's great. Yoda, though.
Yep.
Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.
Okay.
But of course, I got a soft spot for the Starfleet symbol.
Yeah. So
also, we got a local Seattle one here. That's kind of nice. You should have gone with that.
Well, it wasn't posted until like yesterday or last night. So.
I don't know. I've never changed my Twitter profile or my Facebook profile
for one of these things.
For one of these things, because I feel like it's cheapening it in some ways. Because I feel like I can't really do anything directly about it, and changing my profile is like this kind of vain attempt to make it look like I'm trying to be active in it.
Well,
because it doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, no, that's true. And I have a picture in this Imager album that's really funny. But so one thing that I noticed when I went to scrub my Facebook page for articles about what currently was going on with the Supreme Court, nobody that changed their profile picture was reporting on that or posting articles about why it is they changed their profile.
They were so interesting.
Or not nobody, but
so they changed the profile, but they weren't like posting updates or things like that. And
right, and they may not even really know, but they just know that they support equal marriage.
I mean, and I guess even just spreading an idea and a concept, there's some inherent value to that. And Mr. Gentoo in the chat room called it slacktivism.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And it is like maybe that's what bothers me. It seems like the lowest level activism you could possibly muster.
Right.
But I'm not trying to discount it entirely, because just getting people when they see it to think there can be value in that.
Right.
So.
Well, let's look at a couple more pictures, because there is a really funny one that I'd like to get to.
A slice of cake, some bacon. That's what I saw immediately. Actually, when I saw yours, I didn't.
Your mouse.
I thought yours was bacon at first, just like when I glanced at it real quick.
Yeah, today he texted me and said, "When are you changing your profile picture? I miss your face." More bacon.
Yeah.
And then that's just funny, because Chick-fil-A had a big thing.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. 2 sticks of butter, y'all. A little Paula Deen.
Yeah. Bud Light, absolute support. I like the Grumpy Cat one. That's hilarious. But
and it says yes on
not Bryant had pointed out this next one, I think. No, okay. I really like this one. I like the
good
cartoon.
Grumpy Cat.
Yeah. Oh, not that one. Nope. I don't know who those are, but
ooh. Oh,
all right,
boy.
this is
boy.
Liberty and Justice for All.
Okay, it's clever.
Isn't that clever?
Yeah, that is.
I love it.
Yeah, that's taking.
I mean, I'm sorry, but
I like taking that too, and that's an original. Well, maybe they've been making it before, but
for those of you that are audio only, it's Liberty kissing Justice, both women.
Kind of hot
in front of the.
I mean, it's like some sort of.
I don't know. I've never found Lady Liberty to be attractive in any way.
Oh no, not at all. But when I see her doing that, and I think I get all patriotic, and I just start thinking that's something. That's what.
Yeah. Well, so you had said that changing your profile picture on Facebook doesn't exactly do anything. The slacktivism thing, but there is in the show notes there is a human rights campaign where you can. Basically
sign a petition,
sign a majority opinion of the Supreme Court saying
which goes to the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Okay. That's something.
And now I got this link a couple days ago when it was in session. I don't know if it's still active. I mean, this form is still active, but I'm not sure if there's a deadline on it of some kind. So anyway.
Okay.
Next.
More?
Yeah.
Beavis and Butthead.
Of course.
Oh, I saw one of my favorites.
What? Which one?
Not this one. Oh, the sloth is good.
Sloth.
And it kind of is a play on the whole slacktivism thing a little bit.
Right, yeah. That would have been a great one, yeah.
No, the one I like a lot, and I don't know if I'm maybe missing a reference, freaking Nick Cage.
Yeah.
I think that's really good.
You think you're missing a reference?
No, I don't know if I am. It's
Nick Cage. No, there is a website. Yeah, it is Nick Cage.
That's all it is? Just that's the reference? It's not
Let me find...
Nick Cage hasn't made a reference lately about marriage equality or anything?
No, that's not what it's about.
Okay.
No. Let me see if I can find this webpage. Maybe Crash Bandicoot can find it first. There's a Nicolas Cage meme page. Yep. No.
Well, of course. I mean, it's Nick Cage.
Oh, no. But it is hilarious.
He was the star of Face Off. That doesn't surprise me.
Oh, wait. This isn't it. Dang it.
Well, that's all right.
No.
Let's see. Not Bryant in the chat room says that marriage can't be illegal if you steal the Declaration of Independence. No, wait a minute. What? What are you looking for? Nick Cage memes?
Yeah. So, well, there's a Tumblr.
Is that Nick
something.
Cage's data? Doesn't that kind of look like Nick Cage's data right there?
It is.
Wow.
And
that's
Zach
Nick
Braff
Cage as Donald Trump?
as everybody.
As
That's
the dude
thing.
from The Office?
Yeah.
As what's Mary
Right?
from Something About Mary?
Ellen DeGeneres.
Well, I've always seen that one, to be honest with you. I've always seen that one.
Funny.
But the
and she's the Octomom.
no, that's Fran Dresser. That's not Octomom.
No,
that's
is
Fran.
it?
Yeah, it's gotta be
same
Fran.
difference.
Yeah. Who's
kidding.
the silver dude though? That's not Mr. Freeze.
I don't know.
I feel like I'm geek failing on that. Wow, that's great.
Oh yeah, see, Crash Bandicoot has it. Nick Cage is everyone.
Yeah, Nick. This is it right here. Nick Cage is everyone. That's you got to forget. You forget that opens up Google's internet browser, the Chrome web browser.
Oh yeah, here it comes.
Where they take colors and they put them in a circle, and then they put Google in the middle. All right. Well, I'll look here. Let's look at another one while she loads that up.
Okay. Yeah.
2 mustaches. That's pretty good. I support pants. 2 belts. I do support. Well, actually, nothing. 2 things of lipstick.
Nice.
I feel like this one's lazy.
Oh yeah.
And it's just on a napkin too. These are some great ones though. Is that 2 peepees?
Whatever.
Reddit guy, troll guy, a seal. Oh, the Ghostbusters.
Isn't it the bucket? Stole my bucket one.
Look at the Mario. That's classic too.
I know. Yeah. I thought that was great.
Yeah. All right. I mean, do you want me to look at all of these? Because there's a lot of these.
Well, I know.
2 logs. That's pretty good.
Yeah. It's log. No. Yeah. Okay. Go to the next one. This is before we make a ruling. Did enough people change their Facebook profile picture?
Oh, slacktivism for the win.
I thought that was funny.
All right.
Okay. So here's the next thing. It's Cyberman. Did you catch that?
What about Cyberman?
That was the silver picture.
Oh, okay.
Cyberman.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
so then there was George Takai.
Yeah.
Said, for those wondering, this special red equality symbol signifies that marriage equality really is about love. Thanks to Human Rights Campaign for this effort. Please consider changing your profile today in support, especially if you are a straight ally. Which there was a picture in that Tumblr album that we just had with the straight with the straight ally thing that described that.
So I went to a Star Trek event that George Takei was speaking at, and he talked about. Well, he talked about his time in internment camps during World War II, which was really something. Mm-hmm. And then once he kind of established that, he then started talking about marriage equality, because George Takei is gay, and he's been with...
Oh,
you didn't
holy
know that?
crap.
That's
No.
why he made that Facebook post.
Well, I would have done the same thing as a celebrity.
As a hetero?
Yeah.
No, he's been with the same guy for like 30 or 40 years.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And so he talked about internment camps, and then he talked about marriage inequality. Mm-hmm. And somebody in the audience stood up and said, you know, why can't you just be happy with a civil union? Why do you need to have it? Why does it have to be marriage?
Right.
And George thought about it for a little bit, and then he said something to the effect of, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said, well, why not marriage? Why don't I deserve that just like every other person deserves that?
Like other consenting adults do. And
his response was, well, marriage is something for the church, civil unions are something for the state, and then they went back and forth and disagreed.
Right. Well, and actually, that's exactly the conversation that I had with Q5.
Q5 in the chat room?
Q5 sis, yeah.
Yeah.
So I said, why does it have to be a different name, guys? And,
Marriage,
so people can say, oh, you're one of those.
So why civil unions over marriage?
Yeah, and then Q5 sis said, Angela, separate of church and state. You can't have either side define the term for the other, which makes sense. And I hadn't thought about it that way, but it is kind of good that there would be two different names, one defined by the church.
But if you followed that definition, you and I have a civil union, not a marriage.
Well, that's the thing. At what point? Yeah, because how do you want to describe that then?
We were married by a judge, not by a priest.
Oh, okay. So just by the fact, but not by our religious.
Right. The church was not involved with our wedding.
Right.
The law was. So you and I would then have a civil union by that definition, not a marriage.
Right.
Does that bother you?
No, but they're different. One of the main problems is that the benefit, the
there's
tax,
legal terms defined around marriage. Yeah, that is a problem.
So we wouldn't be able to file together. We wouldn't be able to be on insurance.
How does this impact alimony? I'm not that I'm having any reason to.
That's funny.
Okay,
so there are marriage offers 1,138 federal benefits and responsibilities, not just benefits, responsibilities too, not including hundreds more offered by every state. So, it's anywhere from financial to children to everything. Everything is impacted by the relationship of the consenting adults.
And I'm going over the chat room, and some people say, well, marriage was always a religious thing until America came along, and then America made it this sort of universal union term. Mm-hmm. And then other people are kind of saying the exact opposite thing in the chat room, and it's funny how it's almost like, because the actual conversation of what we're talking about is too much for some people, like we almost divert the argument to a war of words. Mm-hmm. In a way, it seems like, who gives a crap what the words are? Right. Let's just make everything equal.
Well, and that's what my original comment was. But then there does have to be that separation of church and state. I mean, that's like the biggest thing about America is keeping that separate. Well, no, I know that there are exceptions because our founding fathers, but.
Because of Bill O'Reilly. I kid.
Anyway, yeah. So Fort was also a contributor in this conversation, but in the pre-show, or before the show. There was no pre-show. Anyway, he said, all I need to know about a marriage is if I should bring potato or pasta salad.
Yeah.
I agree.
Which one do you bring to which? Do you bring the pasta salad to the civil union?
No. It wasn't like that.
Oh, I was just wondering.
Okay, so let's see. Alan says, it has nothing to do with separation of church and state.
Right.
Marriage is not inside religion. It's been used outside religion for things like property issues and whatnot. Religion just happened to adopt it as well.
Oh, I wonder if that's... See, I don't really know. This would be an area where I would need to do some reading on.
Well,
I don't
and that's
really know
the thing. Different religions offer different ideals about and definitions about marriage. So, to say, okay, marriage is a religious thing...
Right, and then
because there's so many different.
And they mean different things to different religions.
I need to apply for a 2A41 marriage license.
Is that a real thing?
No, but like, are they going to then number marriage? Like, it has to be a specific type of. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. You're angelical, whatever.
Mr. Gentoo in the chat room says marriage predates Christianity. Well, and it's interesting because...
And that's what... Yeah, I actually meant to look that up before the show.
I think the later or younger generations, starting with, really you and I and back...
and forward, you mean?
Whatever. Time. It seems like marriage is like not as big of a deal.
No, well...
We were together for 100 years before we got married.
Look, yeah. Not by choice.
Well, no, we're vampires. What do you got? Oh, it was a little infographic?
No, this one.
Okay,
this is a great... So, people protesting gay marriage because it's against traditional values up top. And then below, people protesting divorce because Jesus said it was wrong.
See, now we're getting into the weeds here with the...
Well, no, but But
now we're kind of calling them hypocrites a little bit with that.
No, we're not. Because they're not at both. Or anyway, but divorce is so widely accepted these days.
I agree.
It
is this weird element to the conversation, right?
Yeah.
Why don't we have this weird hang up over divorce? Why do we allow all these really strange exceptions as long as it's a man and woman? All these weird things. I mean, I think that's an avenue we could go down where could really get into the religious war. I don't really know if I want to do that, but I think it is worth maybe at least acknowledging the point, divorce is really rampant, and it really is something when we talk about the sanctity of marriage and we talk about the foundation of the family. You and I both come from divorce backgrounds, and
jeez, man,
a lot of people.
Okay, wait, 6 Christmas celebrations every year. We drive to 6 different places.
Where's the sanctity of Christmas?
And that's not even including that doesn't even include everybody, because there are some people that we don't see, during the holidays. But yeah, no, it's crazy. But I don't know. When I was in college in 2005.
Oh, you're old.
I know, right? I took a sociology class.
It's not that long ago.
And I did a research project on gay adoption. And what I found is that at that time, a single parent, a single hetero parent, could adopt or got priority over adopting a child over a gay couple, a homosexual couple.
Right, and that was
which is mind-boggling that they could think that a single parent would do better than a couple.
Well, a dual income couple.
It's not even a financial thing.
Well, but it is. In a way,
no. 2
parents are likely able to better provide financially.
Well, okay, that might be your point, but that wasn't my point.
Right, I know.
But anyway, it's just sad that that there are a lot of kids that need adopted, and a lot of gay couples that would do that, and they're not being allowed to because of that barrier. And anyway,
I thought you weren't going to pick a side.
No, I've made my side clear.
I know,
but I'm not trying to preach it.
When you don't,
I'm just telling you how I feel.
I follow. I totally follow you.
Yeah. Okay. So I have this infographic.
Let's do it.
About
I love infographics.
How same-sex marriage bans penalize gay couples financially, and how same-sex marriage bans penalize states financially. So we already talked about the 1,138. That's a buzz number there. Better make that a little smaller. There you go.
There you go.
Federal benefits, rights, and privileges bestowed on couples who are legally married.
Right, we covered that.
Yeah. Over here on the state side, $16.8 billion is how much additional revenue America's $70 billion wedding industry would take in if same-sex marriage was legalized.
So as somebody who's gone through the whole marriage process, that is an industry.
It is.
It is a huge industry.
Yeah.
And I could see that.
Now, we did ours pretty small,
Is low budge,
small
but not
potatoes,
cheap as we could.
But it still ended up being about, what, 10 or 13,000?
I think.
which is crazy.
Which was about
you think.
half.
I mean,
Well,
yeah.
I'm not a details person, as you might testify to. But I know it was, way less than pretty much everybody else in our peer group, which just blew my mind because it's so much money.
Yeah.
But I could see how they would make another 16 bill if they let the gays get
Easily.
married. Yeah.
If they let the gays. All right. So let's see.
What do you got?
Divorce is 1,000 times worse than fighting over marriage equality, so I say same-sex marriage is more beneficial than chastising it. You know what? Somebody on one of my social networks had written that their sister had been trying to have a baby with her husband, and they finally just, after years and years of trying, they just gave up and decided to move on. That wasn't what the direction their life was going to go. But her sister was like really against gay marriage. And so she told her sister, well, then I guess you guys, her sister believed that marriage is for procreation. Like that is her angle.
So because they couldn't make a baby.
Yeah. And
they should
so
split?
That's what her sister said. Well, maybe you guys shouldn't be married.
And and I are like remarried 3 times over then. Right? What's up, baby makers?
Anyway, it's a very harsh comment that I would never say that to somebody.
It sounds
but
like
it is one of the common things, like, elderly shouldn't get married then, and like it
sounds like the type of opinion that a person would make from the luxury of not being in that position.
Yeah.
Because imagine if those sisters' roles were reversed, that other sister would never say something like that.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Cookieless says, what if homosexuals start their own religion, then they can have marriage for that religion?
There you go. That makes that just makes
That's funny.
Why don't we all just, I'm going to go, no. Because here's the crazy part.
Okay.
No, Ange, get this.
No.
Turns out there's gay people out there that have religion already.
Right, I know.
This might blow your mind.
Yeah, right?
This might blow your mind, Ange. But it turns out.
I know, yeah.
All right, so back to the meanwhile, on the infograph.
Check this out.
Okay.
The cost of a marriage license is $60 in this particular county, and it happens to be the same.
Yeah, I don't remember what ours was.
That's about how much ours was.
Why did you tell me it was $500? Would you do that extra cash? Wow. Lied from the start.
You are so... You are so ridiculous. Okay. So anyway, and then right over here, the cost paid by one same-sex couple profiled by the Chicago Tribune in 2010 to establish through wills, powers of attorney, and other legal documents to get those same rights as a marriage license was $10,000.
Ooh.
So if you happen to like the right person, it's $60. If, it's just bizarre through legal fees.
That doesn't make any sense.
Right?
That's awful.
It's weird because it's 2 consenting adults. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. 2 consenting adults that decide that they are compatible and want to have a life together. Yeah. Anyway.
To me, I guess what it comes down to is it just seems like 2 consenting adults could come into any arrangement at all as long as it doesn't hurt anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't matter if you want to, whatever, marriage, whatever. If you just want to say, I'm going to be responsible for person Y, and they're going to be responsible for person X, and all of these things are going to be co-shared.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it seems like, and like, I think of like, why couldn't just friends do that? Even.
Well, yeah, because...
Maybe like you just been friends with somebody for 30, 40 years, and you both aren't going to get married, and you're like, well, we could use the tax break.
And you live in a house.
And you hump, but not in a gay way.
No, I know somebody that lives with another woman, and they're both very religious and both very not homosexual.
Okay.
But they're both their names are on that mortgage.
Yeah.
They bought a house together because, well, in America,
and if
you got to be a dual income.
And
but
if one ended up in the hospital, the other one probably want to be able to visit, even though they're just friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
I know. It's...
Yeah. Financially, they probably wouldn't like leave money to each other. I don't know. Maybe they would.
I mean, they got a house to worry about.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know.
And Bitcoin right now is not getting to $100, so I mean nothing. I'm not looking at the price of Bitcoin right now. That would be ridiculous if I was watching the price of Bitcoin at $89.98 during the middle of a show. I would never do that. All
right. Well, so you guys have probably heard about the Equality House.
No.
Sure you have.
No.
Oh, here we go. Go to this real quick.
No.
There's a link in the show notes with a Flickr account that has even more of the variations of the equal sign.
The slacktivisms?
Yeah. So here's the Planting Peace Equality House.
Okay.
It was this house painted a rainbow across from the I forget the Westboro Baptist Church.
Oh, you know about them?
Of course I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're the ones that protest like funerals and stuff.
I know. So anyway, so this link is in the chat room. If they've got like a donate to the cause
In the show notes.
What'd I say?
Chat room.
Yeah. It's in the show notes. So anyway, I won't dwell on that, but
Okay.
there's that website.
All right. I hadn't heard about that. So you're right.
I thought I shared it with you because they showed like in progress and it was really funny.
Could you imagine like the people in the West Baptist Church watching that going, are they painting that house? Are they painting that in a red?
What?
Those are a bunch of homosexuals. Right? That must have been the conversation.
Oh, I'm sure that's how it was.
You know what that makes me think of, Angela? A little bit of male sack, the Jupiter male sack. Male sack. I like that we buy a new, those cost us thousands of dollars, those jingles, and we just buy one every episode. First, can we start with the physical goods that we have in studio?
Oh,
or
yeah.
do you wanna
I
wait?
meant to do that like at the top of the show.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Well, show them what we got here.
All right.
No, not those physical goods.
All right. So here we have
A box.
a box.
And a bigger box.
And we don't want to show his address.
Oh. Do you think that's viewable?
I don't know. We have 2 boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
All right.
Okay.
All right, 2 boxes.
They came from Maryland. And they have stuff in them.
Oh, come on. You got to tell them what kind of stuff.
Well, I don't actually know.
Oh.
I mean, I know this is a power cable.
Yeah.
And that's enough to get like at least half of you excited.
Yeah, probably.
Right?
And I think there might be some SD cards in there too.
There are.
Yeah.
At least 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in this box, there's a Raspberry Pi. And who was it sent in by?
Q5Sys.
And I'll be opening those boxes on this weekend's Linux Action Show. What is so cool is because he knows seriously, this is why he did it. He's like, I know you're a busy guy. Mm-hmm. So I've gone ahead and I've preloaded 3 SD cards. One's got Kale Linux on it, which is like this new penetration testing distribution. One's got Arch Linux on it, which will automatically overclock the Raspberry Pi, which is awesome.
Nice.
And then he's got another, I can't remember what he said was on the other SD card.
I don't remember.
But it's awesome.
Yep.
It was.
It's cool.
I was like, yeah, that's what I put on there when I read it. So
Nice.
we'll be kicking the tires on
Well,
those.
and what's great is the only reason why he has this information is because Q5Sys emailed me and said, I know that Chris is really busy and won't see this email, so I'm emailing it to you.
You're giving them the secret.
Yeah. Well,
That's the secret.
it's not a secret.
Don't tell them the secret.
Several people have figured it out, but
well,
anyway. Okay,
clever.
so yeah, so that is one of the things, and that's really cool. Another thing that I want to talk about,
Okay.
is I am getting a lot of Teespring or the TechSnap 100 shirts. You know, we
Good.
did the Teespring.
Yeah. The TechSnap Patch Your
campaign?
S campaign for TechSnap 100.
Yep. So I have, I think, about 10 photos at this point. You can email me a picture of you wearing your photo or your photo.
Your shirt.
I'm losing my words. To Angela at JupiterBroadcasting.com. Just put like TechSnap 100 shirt or something in there so that I can easily find it. And I do want to hear from you if you live in the UK and were charged an additional customs fee, because that has happened to a couple people. And in fact, the only people I've emailed on Jupiter Broadcasting in the last 36 hours were named Christopher. Everybody is named Christopher.
Sign of the end times. The Matrix has lost any new memory.
I've talked to 4 different Christophers.
We've ran out of memory in our Matrix simulator, and now it's just repeating characters.
Crazy. So 2 Christophers in the UK, albeit they have different spellings of their names, emailed me saying they had this additional customs fee. I immediately contacted Teespring. They said, oh, that should not have happened. Both of them have been refunded.
Good. Awesome.
So,
see, Teespring's been really cool to
Yeah,
work with.
you just have to email support@teespring.com. Let them know what happened, show them a receipt or something. I'm not sure exactly what the process is, but they will take care of you. I'd like to know if that happened to you, though, just to see, because we'd like to use them again for a future shirt.
We got to keep track of these things.
And
though.
yeah, and I know some of you might think, oh, this is totally normal and not a big deal. Well, it's not. so let me know, please.
Okay.
And then
Another email?
Yep, another email from J-O.
J-O.
J-O-A-O.
Jow.
And it has a music link.
Klingon warrior.
So
Zhao.
he said, "Hey guys, first off, thanks for all the great content you've been releasing through the network. I try to listen to / watch everything you put out when I can. Tuning in live is kind of hard though, seeing as I'm from the Philippines. I initially intended for this to be feedback for Coda Radio, but with the announcement of a new show, this could just as easily go there. I noticed the Coda Radio had no bumper music other than the bookends, so I do some freelance music. Got my domain from GoDaddy.
We're using the $2.95 promo code too.
He tried, but he thinks the regional thing prevented him
maybe.
from. Yeah.
The other thing is there's a limited amount.
Oh, okay.
Gotta use them while you can.
I figured I should, if the music is to your liking, donate some music to divide the segments, but it could just as easily go to. Are we announcing this officially?
Well, I mentioned it on last that I'm thinking about starting a Bitcoin show.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it could just as easily go to the Bitcoin show, which you must have heard on last, or wherever, I guess. So so I have a link here that you guys can listen to it. It's pretty cool.
Larry, you'll just have to look at my blank browser window.
Just a black screen.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I really like it.
Something about it too kind of makes me think of like obviously I hear like 8-bit game, but I can also kind of get coins in there. Like,
yeah.
So I could see it being a Bitcoin show. I had a couple themes in mind.
Yes.
So now I got to put them all together and sit down and figure it out, and then we might launch a new show.
Yep. Avatar Continuum says he can totally imagine that being a Bitcoin related theme. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really good. I like it has a lot of layers and it's progressive
and it's got a lot of energy too.
Yeah. It's really nice. So thank you so much for doing that.
How do people email the FauxShow?
Well, you can email Angela at jupiterbroadcasting.com, or
you'll
that's
keep an
really
eye on
long.
You can keep an eye on that general feedback form. There's the contact form.
That's what I was just getting at.
I was just,
Or you can go to the contact form at jupiterbroadcasting.com. It's in the upper right-hand corner. Well, you could be loading it.
You mean like I could go to? You mean if I just went to like jupiterbroadcasting.com/contact? Like, let me try that. Does that work? It should. Broadcasting.com/contact/contact. You got to say that. /contact. And look at that. It works.
Yeah. And then there's a drop down box where you can select FauxShow or any other show that you want to give show specific feedback to. Or you can just do general comments if you want to comment about everything or anything or Chris's hair.
Well, we should make probably just a drop down for the hair. Depending on the volume of your
I know.
Maha.
Is there anything going on in shows that you want to announce? 90.
Actually there is.
Okay.
So the Linux Action Show is going to be on Saturday.
I like how I segued that.
Yeah. Okay. I like how you interrupted me too. We'll be on Saturday at 1 p.m. We're not doing it on Sunday this week because of Easter.
Wow.
So
1
Linux
PM,
Action Show Saturday 1 p.m.
That is a weird time.
I needed time to wake up and prepare.
I know, totally.
And then we'll be doing a extra Unfilter next week, probably Monday, to pre-record for 2 weeks.
Okay. Because Chase will be out of town the week after.
And we don't want to miss a week.
Okay.
So those are some things coming up, and that's what jumps out at me at the moment.
Okay. Also, I'm going to try to get the newsletter out for March, but I might not. So, but if you want to sign up for it.
Oh, yeah, March.
bit.ly/Jupiter Signal.
There goes March. Just went by.
I know. It's the 28th.
Wow. I don't think we're going to get one out for
this. Well, it's 31st. That's still 4 days.
Let's just make a really good one for next month because we got.
All right. Well, it'll be a really big newsletter in April
coming up. We might have a new show.
I know.
We're gonna have something new coming to last very soon that people are gonna like. All that can be covered. So let's just do a really big one for April.
We'll do that.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Well, that is it for this episode of the FauxShow. We will see you next week. Don't forget, you can catch recent episodes of The FauxShow on jupiterbroadcasting.com/FauxShow. Also, get them on demand in the iTunes store. Search for FauxShow.